Cool. All righty. So everybody should be joining here. So I see everybody coming in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's call with Lidija Atlas. I say hi, Lydia, so everybody can see you.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning on
Awesome.
today's call.
So you guys know the drill. Type in, let us know where you are watching from. Lydia, we've really amped up the engagement on these calls. So
Wonderful.
lot of people are they'll type in questions and then I'll ask you what they're asking. So I really, and
Wonderful.
guys, the engagement is super important to me because I want to make sure that what you want is what is manifesting and coming from these calls. So please type in questions that you have as we go about this. One thing about Lydia is she is a fantastic teacher and educator, and she will, I guarantee, teach us so much today, especially about ageless beauty. That is our topic today. So it's what I think I said in the email today. It's a topic that and I know you'll correct me on this, Lydia. It's a topic that I shouldn't feel is so important to me, but it's really important to me.
It's important to everyone, actually, even though people may not admit it. But it is beauty in general, just because it's not even, about feeling beautiful industry standard wise. It's about feeling good about yourself and being vital. And that is so important for us to function optimally. So, yes.
Yeah, that it really is. It's funny that and it's about the vitality, right? And feeling
Yes.
youthful and all of the
Yes.
things that go along with it. So
Yes.
see the hearts flying, guys, and I see you letting us know where you're from. We got Mary from Nebraska, Moonstar from England. Welcome. And
Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy you've joined.
awesome. Joy from Massachusetts, Cape Cod, welcome. And Joy, did you have a good view of the eclipse in Massachusetts? I know it went up that way. I am not sure where exactly. I don't know if it went completely to you, but we got Glenn from Canada. So welcome, everybody. So glad to have you. You can raise your hands by hitting the reaction button, and you can raise your hand there. We're going to talk one-on-one with people and really just have a lot of fun today. We've had a lot of calls that are have been kind of heavy with just stuff coming up. And so this one's going to be a really light call.
This
Uh,
is fun.
this is
Yes.
going to be a fun call.
This
And
is going to be definitely fun. Beauty, wellness, and vitality and youthfulness. This is all about having fun.
awesome. And it's perfect for Life Reawakened, right? Because it
Yes.
does reawaken every part of your life when you
Which
dive.
we all need, right? The spring reboost,
Yes,
spring renewal. Yeah.
totally. We got Cecilia from Texas and Joy, yes, from her deck. She saw the eclipse. That's so cool. That's very cool. Wilma from Ottawa. How about reversing the signs of aging? I think we're going to dive into that as well.
Absolutely.
We got Liza from Iowa, Barbara from Missouri. So welcome everybody. Let's
Welcome.
officially dive into this call. So a lot of you might not know Lydia. We have a lot of new people to the Life Reawakened Show. So let
Wonderful.
me introduce you to them. Lydia, who is a doctor of natural medicine and owner of Alma Holistic Health, is a holistic health practitioner, author, coach, and leading health style change expert. She is the creator of the Atlas method for a healthy health style change, the COVID Z protocol for immunity, and the Erica, do you spell it out? AIRCA method,
Erica method, yeah?
and total body image healing for weight loss and happiness, and timeless radiance for pro aging. Driven
Exactly.
by the desire to help as many people as possible, her personal mission is to equip others by teaching them how to take their health, happiness, and personal development into their own hands and guiding them to reach their potential through individualized holistic solutions. She has helped countless students and clients, both nationally and internationally, get unstuck with their health and happiness in an easy, effective, and holistic manner, all the while leading them to transformational success. Her motto is simple: be proactive, not reactive when it comes to your health, happiness, and personal development. So Lydia, officially
Yes.
welcome to today's
Thank
call.
you so much for having me. It's such an honor.
Awesome. And guys, we're talking about timeless radiance today. Transform your look and feel in 30 days. So I am so excited to dive into this topic. Um, Barbara can't hear anything. Any idea what to do? Maybe log out and come back in, even though you can't hear me. Like if someone could type to Barbara and let her know to log out and come back in, that might be good. And can the rest of you guys hear us? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. Okay, yes. All right, great. So a question off the bat, can gray hair be reversed? Great question.
It's very interesting that you ask that. There is a holistic protocol in terms of reversing gray hair, and that is it's considered that it could be a mineral deficiency, and reversing gray hair, we usually use blackstrap molasses and we take it internally for gray hair reversal. Yeah, and it's something that actually is used quite a bit in Europe, and especially in Austria. They like to use and take blackstrap molasses for that.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Funny, Lydia, because there's the energetics side of things, right? Like that we can work on for ourselves with vitality and all of those things, but also Earth gives us
Yes.
so much. It's all right here around us. So that's really interesting that black molasses.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so, yes, so we have to amp up our minerals in our body. And unfortunately, most people do not know this, but most of us are minerally deficient and depleted because of stress, because of our lifestyles, our food choices, our environment. Um, you know, our predecessors never lived in such a high stress environment as we do. We live in a chronic state of stress, point
And it's
blank.
interesting because they're living off the land, looking for food, looking, like in war and fighting, like just all of this stuff. Like so it's
Yes,
interesting.
but it ebbed and flowed. So
Uh,
their stressors ebbed and flowed, and they lived with nature. We do not live with nature, you know.
yeah.
Do most of us get up at the dawn, and do we go to sleep when the chickens go to sleep, at dusk? Do we live with Earth, and do we follow the Earth's cycles and rhythms? We don't. We follow our phones. Our
Mhm.
phones and what our jobs require us, and schools and children and family and this and that and the third and the fourth. So we're on a complete different, um, I would say, timeline in regards to who and what and how we are living, and what whom we're reporting to. If you ask most people, what's the last thing they do before they go to sleep? They're on their phones looking and checking their cell phones or viewing some type of screen. Well, that's not good for our brains, let alone our pineal gland.
Yeah. And so we never de-stress and we never
Right,
come home.
right.
Yeah, interesting. So I see a lot of questions coming in and I'll get to those, but I would like to talk about you talk about pro-aging.
Yes.
And so what is the meaning of that and how is that different than anti-aging that
Okay, so very different. It's a completely different philosophy. So as we know, anti-aging, the word anti means to go against, in opposition. So an opposition of aging, well, that makes completely nonsense. It makes no sense because we cannot fight our aging process. We cannot go against our aging process because if we do that, what happens? Energetically, our bodies retaliate, okay? So that being said, pro-aging means going for enabling the aging process. As we know, as humans, we are time bound. That's a fact. You are time bound, right? So we cannot fight time. But what we can do is we can make time that is affecting our bodies work for us to maintain our youthfulness and our vitality, right? So when we are pro-aging, it's a philosophy, meaning I will not fight time, but I will embrace my time and I will celebrate my time. And by celebrating my age, as opposed to being fearful of it, I will enhance my mind-body connection, send it the proper information with my thoughts, right? For my body to embrace aging. And when we embrace aging, we're not fighting against it, because anti-aging really is in a nutshell, it means let me buy expensive creams that will reverse aging. Let me get medical procedures and surgical treatment to reverse aging. Well, how many people have you seen that have done any of those look really good at 60, 70, 80, or 90? They don't. And you can spot them right away who is an anti-ager, because they all have that similar frozen appearance like this. They can't move. And you can tell that, but they look old. Their energy is old internally. With pro-aging, all the techniques and tools that I am sharing in my program that I have collected over 28 years now, okay, I put together in a program, and I use myself daily, okay, it enhances, it embraces your biological aging and chronological aging, because there's a difference. We have two agings. We have the aging of what you are by the time you were born, meaning how old are you based on when you were born, and then that's chronological aging, and then you have biological aging, which means how old is your body? How old are the telemarkers? If you were to go get tested, how old is your system responding? Do you understand the difference? Like, for example, somebody can be 40 time-wise, but they go to the doctor and they say, I'm sorry, but your heart and your cardiovascular system and just the way you are, you're aging at speed. Your body is like 60, 65. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So with pro-aging, what we do is we embrace it and we reverse the biological aging, but we can't reverse the chronological aging. And we
Yeah.
reverse the biological aging by supporting it, by giving it special techniques and tools through energy medicine, so that you are in charge, and that you go fearlessly into the aging process, and you will be amazed. People can be, my grandmother, who was 95, God bless her, people thought she was 70, 72, because she was utilizing the tools and techniques I was teaching her.
That's so cool.
And that's the difference, that you can be a specific age, but your body and your mind is youthful, is young, is vital, is glowing, is radiating. And then people are always interested in, how old are you? But that doesn't matter, how old am I? And I'm going to teach you that in my program. What is your real age, too,
Uh,
as well? Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Someone did ask how old you were, so that's funny that you brought that up. But somebody did ask that, and she also said that for 28 years she's been doing this research, so she's not 20 years old.
No, I'm not 20. No, no, not at all. No.
Yeah, so very cool. Someone also, I think I saw Nancy said, our predecessors, the food was a lot better too. So like we are battling a lot more, the stressors, the food, the
Yes.
pollutants, and so with the methods that you share and you
Yes.
teach, are you able to help kind of resolve the environmental crap that's out there too, that's affecting our aging?
It's interesting. Yes, because there are things that I teach you that helps with the environmental. But here's the thing. Environmental is one thing, but the biggest issue is the internal pollution that we have,
So what we're intaking,
and
what
what we're intaking and what we're
we're
thinking right here. Your battlefield is your mind. That is the battlefield. So 80% really is your mind, of what you're believing, what you're thinking, the myths you're believing, and 20% is what you're ingesting.
very interesting. Wow,
Yes,
I did
yes,
not expect you to say that.
yes.
Huh.
The battlefield is always the mind. And when we renew the mind, when we renew the mind, this is when really pro-aging, vitality, youthfulness set in, when we renew the mind. And that's part of the mind-body connection. Because imagine if you're telling yourself every day, oh, I feel so bad, I feel so old, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. What messages are you giving your body? What messages are you sending your body? You will look what you say. Your words become reality. But if you look every day and you say to yourself, I feel vibrant, I am vital, I am sexy in my own skin, I I show vitality, I have a natural glow. Well, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to be a shining, glowing beacon. And when you go out, everybody's going to be picking up on your energy.
Mm.
Even Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all that there is. We are energy, our thoughts, our cells, everything is energy, our beauty.
Mm.
So,
So the number one tip that
yes,
you can give us
yes,
for pro aging
yes.
is to clean up our
Renew your mind.
renew your mind.
Renew your mind. It starts in the mind. It's so funny because it's funny when we think of anti-aging, what do? They just slap stuff onto your face.
Yeah.
Well, pro-aging goes inside out and then outside in. So we first start inside out and then outside in, you
Mm.
see. Yes. Because this is only an envelope. But what is inside the envelope? Millions. You're worth millions. Millions are inside the envelope, but nobody knows because of the envelope, right? But everybody is just concentrating on the exterior. This. Well, what about the interior? The interior matters. What if I gave you an envelope, there was nothing in it? You would discard that envelope. You'd think this is trash, right?
Yeah.
That's the same way we respond to ourselves, unfortunately, on a subconscious level, right? We just judge on the envelope. What's this? Oh, I have a wrinkle here. Oh, I have a pigment here. Oh, I have hyperpigmentation. I have rosacea. I have acne. I have crow's feet. I have the 11 lines. I have the frown lines. I have droopy jowl. I have droopy ears. I have gray hair. You know what I say? So what? So
Mm-hmm.
what? This can all be addressed. All be addressed.
But you start here.
But we start in the mind.
Yeah. Moonstar says cutting out negative media. We all know what, including Netflix. So yeah, like putting in it's our own thoughts and also what we're putting into our body as well.
Yes.
It's funny that you say that, Moonstar, because one of my goals this year was I'm like, um, I'm only putting in, like, if I watch TV, which I haven't really been watching much at all recently, but maybe this is the reason, because I said I'm only putting things into my body that I'm watching that fuel myself, that give that, bring me peace, bring me love, nothing that I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, like none of that, even though I enjoy them. I'm like, I'm gonna just do this little test and not put any of that kind of stuff into my body. And what I've noticed is I want to watch TV less and less. So
Yes, because it offers you nothing. So with TV, I'll explain this very interestingly enough. TV is entertainment. Any form of entertainment is a complete distraction. And it's a distraction for you working on yourself.
Mm.
So because entertainment basically bypasses certain areas of your brain for your brain to be reprogrammed. So you have two options. You sit there and you allow others to reprogram you, or you will sit there and you will choose to what you will reprogram yourself with.
Mm.
So I don't even bother watching TV. I have no time for TV. And if I do, to be quite honest with you, within 5 to 10 minutes, I get completely stressed out. And then I go look, and my face visually looks different.
That's crazy.
It looks different. I will look fatigued. I will have dark circles under my eyes. My jowls would have dropped, and I literally look like I went to war and back in my face. I look fatigued. I look exhausted. I've lost my vitality and youth.
No matter what you're watching.
It's very interesting, unless it's like maybe some cooking show that's really funny, or something that has nothing to do with uh, uh, beauty, wellness, storylines, news. Oh, news stresses me out to the 10th degree. You look at that, I've aged in by 10 years by the time I've finished a 30-minute program, so I don't bother. I just read.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because we're fed information. But see, the information you're fed, you didn't choose that information. That information is decided for you by someone else, you see. So we have to be very, very conscientious and cautious, especially when we're flipping through magazines, we're looking at billboards, TV. What are they doing? They're showing us beauty industry standards that are completely false and made up for the sake of profit.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of profit. These are beauty industry standards that you cannot measure up to no matter what you do. Why? They're not realistic, they are fake, they are photoshopped. So no individual you see on any magazine cover or even movies, they edit everything and they put all sorts of prostheses on their faces and hours, 5, 6 hours of makeup to completely redo their faces and wigs and it's all made up. It's made up because it needs to entertain you. It needs to distract you. It needs to paralyze you from working on yourself.
And then all as it does is ends up us judging ourselves.
And then all you do is you become so stressed out, you
Yep.
become so despondent, you become so dismayed by yourself and unhappy with yourself and unfulfilled and not measuring up to the industry standards that then the internal critic comes out to play.
Mm-hmm.
And our worst critic is always the internal critic, and that is the hardest one to silence. Because why? Because it is there 24/7. It babysits us. I always tell people it babysits us, but we need to tell it to go play in the pig pen and not babysit us because that's where it belongs. So our internal critic is the hardest to silence, but you retrain your brain, you renew your mind by silencing it and putting a gag order over it. And for you to really value and see each and every one of us is beautiful. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Okay, each and every one of us has a beautiful quality, a beautiful talent, a beautiful predisposition, okay, a beautiful effect on other people. Each one of us has that, and we need to take the time to tap into that, to focus on that, because when we focus on that, we are radiating beauty, we are radiating youthfulness, vitality, glow, right? But if you're constantly just trying to, what is it, keeping up with the Joneses or comparing yourself to left, right, center, middle, you're off kilter completely and you will not be happy and you will age, age at rapid speed. You will age at rapid speed.
Interesting. So, one thing I have comments that I want to read, but I want to point out that probably silencing, like you say, put that in the pig pen, that
Yes,
voice that doesn't shut up,
yes, yes,
um, is one of the hardest things to do. Like
it
we
is.
can't control what we're eating and
Yeah,
all of that. We are aware of
yeah,
it. The conscious thoughts is,
right.
especially when it comes to judging ourselves.
Because at some stage in the game, and unfortunately I've seen this most of the time, that critic comes out to play between the age of 3 to 6. And it's always triggered. Okay, it's triggered that moment in time. That critic is triggered, or even I would say awoken by someone else and what they said to you. And then it starts.
Mm,
So we end up believing what somebody else said about us, and it erodes our confidence, and then that has shifted our internal dialogue, our tape, and it is set up the internal critic then to follow us daily 24/7.
wow.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, Lydia's going to show us how to put that thing in the pig pen here eventually. So let's let's let me read some more of these. This is cool. So Wilma said back in the 1950s and 60s that they would be given backstrap molasses on a slice of homemade bread.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Nancy says, I'd much rather my mind be a playground than a battlefield. How true is that?
Yes.
And then she also says, does this nourish me or deplete me? About media as well as food. Very
Yeah.
true. Heather says, beautiful topic. I completely agree with everything being said. Everything resonates that is being discussed. Also, the term anti-aging has never set well for Heather, like it's a fight.
It is.
Yeah,
It
very cool.
sets us, it actually sets us physiologically. Anti-aging, just the word, sets you into flight or fight response. So either you're going to fight that word or you're going to flee from it because it is so negative actually. The word itself, anti-aging, it is negative. Just think of it, just hear it resonate, the energy, the vibration. Anti-aging. And it makes no sense if we take it apart. How can you fight something that you cannot fight if you're time bound, right?
Mm.
So in and of itself, anti-aging is a word that just I'll say rubs me the wrong way in every which way, shape, and form. And but pro-aging, you see how nicely it flows. Pro-aging, you see
Yeah.
pro, you become a professional at aging, right?
Mhm.
You master the art of aging, a mastering of the art. It's an art form too.
Mm. It's really interesting how powerful words are, how
Completely.
energy they carry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Shahid says Lydia is excellent and straightforward. That she is.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I see some hands raised. Do you want to talk to some people about
Sure.
aging?
Sure.
All right. So first up is Wilma. You should be able. There.
Hello, can you
Hello.
hear me?
Hi,
Hi,
Wilma. Hi,
hi.
Wilma.
I'm
How are
so
you?
excited to be here. I really enjoyed your 12 p.m. remote sessions you were sending last month. So
Oh,
thank you
I'm
so
so
much for
glad.
that.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yes, that was my paying it forward incentive for March for members. Yes.
It was greatly appreciated.
Oh,
So my
thank you.
question, like I put in the text already about teasing about the reverse aging. So
Yes.
for me personally,
Yes.
my biggest thing is um, the menopausal weight gain and then
Yes.
losing the weight and having the saggy, loose skin. So is there something that we can do for that?
Yes. The Timeless Radiance program, everything that's taught in there is specifically for the skin and the face. You can do the exact same thing to the rest of the body. The only difference is it'll just take a little bit longer because of the saggy skin. It will take a little bit longer to really bring back that tone, that elasticity, and the collagen, and just to make that skin supple because as we know, skin is our biggest organ. Um, in the body, and we have to, unfortunately, sagging, droopy, wrinkled skin, means there's a loss of tone, of elasticity, of collagen, and that it's dehydrated. So we have to systemically approach that as a whole and treat it as a whole. So this program, which obviously teaches you, you know, pro-aging, that is applied to not only your face, but the rest of your body.
Interesting. So if you do a group healing today before the call ends, will you be able to implement some of that?
Well, the interesting thing is the minute this call started, you all are already on healing, on quantum healing with me. So
Awesome. I
everybody
should have
that's
known that.
everybody that's joined this call is already on group healing from the minute you joined. You're already on my quantum healing.
Awesome. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right. And I will attest, so I did participate in Lydia's last program, which was Wait, I don't remember the name of it, but it was Wait, and it was
We
fabulous.
lost Reimagined.
Yes, and
Yes.
and what we learned during that process, it really was transformational. What showed up and what came up, and just the processes that we went through, and the group calls were absolutely fabulous. So she gives a ton of her time and all that good stuff. So yes, highly recommend your work. And as I was telling Lydia before we started the call, Life Reawakened wouldn't have happened and wouldn't have come to fruition if I hadn't gone through the program with Lydia months and months ago. So it was definitely the Kickstarter.
And that is the best testimony ever. I'm so elated. You have no idea. I was so excited to hear that. That I'm glowing. I'm glowing. I'm literally glowing.
So yes, so there you go.
Wonderful.
Oh, Heather
So
says, thank you. I felt the quantum healing energy immediately. It's so beautiful and strong, much appreciated. So Mel says, thank you. So what else? What about bad digestion and how to take up nourishment? And how to take up nourishment? Is that addressed in the program?
no, because that has to do with the bad digestion nourishment. That would be more covered in the weight loss reimagined program. But in terms of digestion, see, no, digestion is not covered in the program because digestion in and of itself is a complete different, I would say, category, because that has to do with dietetics, diet, nutrition, and overall what you are ingesting. But if you do have an issue with your digestion, most likely you would need to supplement with some type of probiotic, prebiotic, and postbiotic. Your biome is off in your digestion. So let's just put it that way. The microbiome in your stomach is off, so most likely. But we don't speak about the microbiome of the stomach in the program because this is strictly focusing on your external beauty and the mind renewal. However, I do have to say, though, when we renew our mind, it changes our internal energy. And I've seen and witnessed many people who had digestive issues who did my program and the digestive issues went away. Because the digestive issues are usually a cause of an energetic imbalance or an emotion that's stuck, okay? That's stuck. And when that is released, the physical manifestation of that does go away, okay? So
Yeah.
I have witnessed that firsthand. So many times people come to me for one program or another and I work with them and then something completely XYZ is cured, literally cured and healed, you know,
Yeah.
and then they tell me back and I'm like, you know, that's just wonderful, you know. You got 2 things out of it, you got 3 things out of it, 4 or 5, you know, the list just goes on and you know, and the beautiful thing about energy medicine is it is so unique and specific to every single individual that the rewards that you will reap, the healing and the transformation you will reap is only for you and you alone, and you will witness that when you go through the process, you know. And it's so wonderful to see how people respond and how their body responds, their mind responds, their health, their vitality, their prosperity, their careers change, you know, overnight. Their direction in life, their relationships change for the better. So it's beautiful to see you working on one aspect and then all of this gets taken care of simultaneously as well, you know, because everything's connected. Everything's connected.
Yeah.
We should never compartmentalize ourselves. We're triune beings. Everything's connected, you know?
Very good. All right. Someone's asking about, will it help with gum recession? Is that something that you can reverse?
Yes. Point blank, yes. There's a module on internal consumption of what to do for reversal of aging, and yes.
That is part of aging.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So Mel said a friend called me fat a long time ago,
Oh, goodness me.
stayed with me, and wanted to reprogram that, even though I saw a picture of myself and I looked good and was not. Will this program help with that as well as for edema or inflammation?
Yes, 100%. 100%, because edema is, our body is holding on to too much water, but the body could be holding on to too much water because you're holding on to some emotion and your lymph is not flowing properly. The inflammation has to do with red flags and alarms in your energetic system that are just not in agreement and accordance and with your mind. So yes, because this program also teaches you about the mind-body connection and how stress affects our bodies, and how information, outside toxins affects our bodies. And this program teaches you how to go to the fountain of youth, which is a specific gland in your body. I teach you how to go to a specific gland in your body and how to stimulate it and activate it every day. And when that is stimulated and activated daily with a simple technique that I teach you, that you do on your own for 30 seconds only, you reset. You reset inflammation responses in your body, you reset hormonal responses in your body, you reset your circadian rhythm, you reset balancing, emotional balancing, you reset the flow of your lymph. Very interesting, the flow of your lymph as well. So yes.
Very cool. All right, great questions, guys. Thank you. D asks, does this program involve face yoga or other facial exercises?
It does not involve face yoga. It involves energy healing from your hands that I teach you. I teach you how to use your hands as lasers. Your hands are your greatest gift given to you, and they are infrared light therapy. And I teach you how to activate the infrared light therapy and how to apply it to your skin.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All righty. Let's take another caller. Sue, you should be able to unmute yourself now. Sue?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Sue.
Hi. Yeah, um, I don't know. I don't know if this is hormonal, but I've been getting like more like facial hair, and I've had all the blood tests and whatever, and they said there's nothing that would be causing it. So I don't know if that's anything that's in your realm or not.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing that's not in my realm. I always like to help people, have a good laugh. It's healing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's healing, absolutely. So, here's the thing. Unfortunately, most tests only show the extremes, right? The black and white, meaning when somebody's in complete excess or in a complete deficit, right?
Right.
But it lacks the areas of gray, and there's over more than, they say 50 shades of gray. No, I would say there's over 500 shades of gray. And this is where 99% of us land, 98% of us land. And so when you go to XYZ doctors and you say this is wrong and this and this and this, they say we see nothing wrong with you. Well, of course you don't see nothing wrong with me, because it's not picking up on your radar based on the way they test. And testing is very, like I say, it just shows the extremes, the deficits and the when it's over and under, right? Let's put it in layman's terms, over and under, extremes and deficits. But we land in the shades of gray, and this is where energy medicine comes into play. And there clearly there is a issue there of something going on. And yes, It is hormonal first, and by taking this course, like I said, you will learn how to activate and stimulate this one gland, which will help with that, right? And second of all, you will learn how to apply specific things to your face to help clean out that area. If there's extra bacteria there, if there's extra, imbalance or inflammation, right? And then you're also going to learn how to do the mind-body connection and figure out what's going on. What is going on? What stressor is causing me this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Can it be reversed or just stopped where it is, kind of?
both. It depends
Both?
on the person, on the situation, and how much how consistent you are. Both.
Okay.
From my experience, both. So the good news is both. Always remember, in holistic health and energy medicine, there is nothing that cannot be addressed, healed, treated, reversed, suspended. I can go on and on. You see, there's nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yes.
encouraging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good question, Sue. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh. It is encouraging. And so one thing I do want to say about I think I said this the last time you and I spoke, Lydia, is the one thing about Lydia's work is she teaches you how to do it. She shows you how you do it. You don't need to rely on anybody else but yourself, and she gives you all the tools to be able to make that happen. And it is one of the program that I took with Lydia was one of the most empowering programs that I've ever took. And I know empowering is such a loose word, but it really was, because it allowed me to take ownership of my body, and really just bring that consciousness back to myself, and awareness of what I was saying, what I was doing, all of those things. So it really is one of her work really is one of those works that gives you the tools that you can take with it and run and use it for, whatever you want to use it for.
And that's my life's purpose, is really to equip each and every one of you that you become your own physician within. That is my life's purpose. And that you go with it, and that I help you get unstuck and help you navigate you. Because it makes no sense for me to take all this knowledge that I've, acquired over all these decades with me. What good would it do? I'm here to serve you. Yeah.
And she does. All right, let's talk to our next caller. It says, "Hi, Martine." You should be able to unmute yourself now.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I wonder if your program addressed this issue that I've had since my 20s. I mean, I'm now in my mid-50s, and I've never had really feel like I've a libido. I've taken all the programs that Aram and Gretchen has about youthing. Whenever you have a youthing program, I look good for my age, but this thing, it's always there. And
Yes, so definitely, because this will, any pro-aging program is about balancing your hormones, and what I specifically teach one exercise specifically for that, to do that. And really, a decreased libido has to do with emotions, it has to do with thoughts, which is energy, right? And it has to do with emotions, thoughts, and hormones. So it's a trifecta, and my program hits on all three. So yes.
Beautiful. Good to know. Yeah, mine is not about decreasing. It's like I've never felt anything like.
Yes, no, I understand what you're saying. It's stagnant. No, I hear you. It's stagnant. Yeah, that's hormonal. I mean, something happened here, inside here, that has not been activated. It's sleeping, and now it needs to be activated. And I teach you specifically how to activate this one gland, which I call the fountain of youth. And when you activate this, you change for the better. You change for the better, and your body changes, your mind changes on levels you didn't even know you needed that assistance and that support and that help. And then your body starts to express that change. So where you have been stagnant, it's going to bring you now up to optimal. Where you have been sleeping is going to awake you, right?
Yeah. It's
So
like while
yes.
you're talking, I feel some energy.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Energy is alive. Energy is alive.
Yes,
And
yes.
this stuff is real. You know, many scientists have said, you know, the future of medicine is energy medicine, and this is where we're at right now. This is where we're at
Absolutely.
right now.
I believe that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
do you join?
Yes, I will.
Keep
Absolutely.
You do how it goes.
Yes. Oh,
Thank
definitely.
you. Yes, I will.
I'm pretty certain it's gonna go really well.
Yeah, it's been dormant for a long time, and
It's
I'm about to
okay.
have
It's okay. It can be dormant for 70, 80 years, and all of a sudden it reawakes. I saw my
Yes.
grandmother, you know, in her later years, in 80 and 90, this refound femininity and awakening of that energy. Okay.
Wow.
So
Because I'm about to have a new person in my life, and I'm dreading this. Oh Lord.
don't dread it. No, it will all balance. It will awaken and it will balance out, because there's really some fear and emotion attached behind this that is keeping it sleeping. That's all.
Beautiful.
That's all. There's nothing wrong here. There is nothing wrong with you. Please believe
Okay.
this. There's nothing wrong. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Sure, my pleasure.
Awesome. Great question.
So someone said, Gretchen, I think they said, you know, what about genetics? Well, genetics is only 25%.
Yeah, that is the one thing that she taught also in the weight loss, and it was kind of like, oh, like
It's only 25%. So what about the other 75?
yeah.
See, we have to work on the 75, because that balance, that actually the genetics is down here, and genetics is really only triggered by certain things in your life. And two people can share the same genetic makeup, let's say, and one ends up this way, one ends up that way. Why? Because of the way they're living, what they're thinking, what they're breathing, what they're doing, right? So the genetic markers and precursors are only 25%. What about the other 75%? And nobody talks about those. Well, I do, but you know, we have 75% right here. Genetics is here. So genetics is really not I would say genetics is really not the focus. It's the other 75%. Yeah.
Good. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
All right, Allison, you're up next. Maybe if I click the right button. Try that. All right, see if you can unmute yourself, Allison. I don't see a microphone though.
She's muted from my end, at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not working there, Allison. I'll leave it open to see if you can find your mic, or call back in, hang up and call back in and see if that helps. So yeah. So Shahid says, Lydia, you said that reversal is not operable. I can't say that word. Operable. There we go. But I think human body regenerates itself. So good question. So can you address that, Lydia?
That the human body regenerates itself?
Yeah.
It has to. The human body has to regenerate ourselves, because if it didn't, then we would die within a certain amount of time, right? But each one of us has their own timeline. So regeneration and the human body go hand in hand, right? But when we renew ourselves, it's not just on a cellular level. It's on an emotional level. That's why we say renewal of the mind is regeneration of the mind, right? And forming new highways in our brains, which are synapses, new highways, which is basically, you know, neuroplasticity of the brain, that we can reshape, remold anatomically our brains by thinking positively And then when we create those new highways in our brain, the energy shifts, and that energy then sends signals to the rest of your body, and then your body shifts, you see. So it's all connected, you know. Renewal of the body also it goes hand in hand with renewal of the mind. But I always say that the renewal starts from the top down, as you know, right, Gretchen? The renewal starts here, and then the body is the last to really reap the benefits. Because on the totem pole, what is first? Is body first? Is our physical essence first? No, body is at the bottom, right? Right?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
So we have, you know, spirit, soul, mind, body, right? It goes like this. So we have to always go from the top down, not bottom up, you know, and not from the outside in, inside out. And that's how we really renew, regenerate ourselves, right?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Awesome. Very good. Okay, good. So good questions, guys. I saw a couple more questions here about the program. So maybe let's talk about that and then we'll go back.
Yeah.
If more callers raise their hand. So let me share my screen here. And then we'll talk about this program. All right. Timeless Radiance, transform your look and feel in 30 days. So we'll go down to the program, but look at these eyes of you, Lydia. They're just absolutely gorgeous and they shine through in this. I just love this picture. So
Thank you so much. It was not Photoshop, by the way. That was literally a picture taken on my camera for my latest work.
yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely beautiful. All right. So you guys can read through this page. Just so you know, let me just grab the link here and share it. So you guys have it. It's lifereawakened.com/Lydia24. Again, lifereawakened.com/LIDIJA24. So you can either click on the link in the chat or you can copy and paste it and go through it that way. So, all right, here we are. You can read these stories from people that have gone through the program. You can read about Lydia, benefits, all that good stuff. So let's see what is in this Timeless Radiance program. I'll take it over to you, Lydia.
Yeah, so my program, which I've been developing for a very long time. Well, actually, this program was in the mix, I'll say, for about almost the past 10 years, okay? But to physically put it into, you know, a platform for you all to take has been in the works for the past, since I would say this past year. So I created it so it's an online self-paced course on the platform Ruzuku. So you're gonna go online and you'll have access to it in perpetuity. And there are 4 modules, and each module has lessons. And so you're going to go through the 4 modules, and, you know, it's first about, you know, the basics, you know, and then it's, you know, it's application, and then it's acceleration and implementation. So everything is simplified for you. So it's super simple, super easy to use. And each module and each lesson, I have not made it so it's, you know, 60 minutes of you having to sit there and go through it. I have literally made it less than 5 minutes, because the human brain at basically 5 minutes checks out whether it's reading or consuming information, right? Especially when we're learning new things. So I made it super simple. I boiled it down to make it point blank. I laser shot each topic that I'm teaching about and talking about so that you can run with it, right? So you don't have to sit there scratching your head, oh no, I don't understand, type of thing. I want it to be transparent. I want it to be effective. I want you to run with the knowledge, and I want you to start using it, because if you use everything that is taught within this course, within 30 days, I guarantee you, you will look up to 10 years younger, point blank. And so it's a self-paced course. Then there's going to be 2 group healing sessions that we have scheduled for April 20th and April 27th, that's on Saturdays at 11, where I come online with you like this, live, and I will be doing Q's and A's where you get to ask me directly and let me help you get unstuck if you're in any area that you feel like you need additional support or assistance from me. With that being said, all of you that do sign up for the program, you will be reaping the benefits of daily quantum healing sessions starting today, right? The 10th, going all the way to May 10th for 30 days. Okay, I've extended it for 30 days daily at 12 o'clock. You do not need to do anything. All you need to do is at 12 o'clock, be mindful for those 15 minutes and see if there's a shift in your energy. I'm doing all the work and you are receiving all the benefits. And this is going to help reverse, reset, rebalance, reboost, re-energize you, right? On an energetic and then emotional and then cellular level. So we're hitting everything. So that is the program in a nutshell. Why did I do it as a self-paced online course? Because when we deal with beauty, when we deal with wellness, when we deal with happiness or even weight loss, you need a platform where you can go back and revisit the same teaching or lesson multiple times, because sometimes we're like, I need to see that again, or I want to reread that again. And I know from my experience, I have learned the most when I had an online self-paced course, okay? Because granted, you can come and you can sit somewhere live for 2 hours, ingest all the information, write it down, you walk away, and then you're like, uh-oh, I forgot. Or, uh-oh, how do I do this? Or, uh-oh, what next, right? But when you have it in a course, you can go back right away and be like, oh, I want to refresh on module 1, or I want to refresh on this topic, or I want to rewatch the video of how Lydia is teaching me how to stimulate and activate this gland, right? Or I want to rewatch the video of how she's showing how to apply, because in all the videos on the course, it's myself and I'm teaching you in real time of the application of these techniques and methods.
Very cool. Yeah, and I will tell you from experience that the videos, like she said, are 5 minutes long, and you can go through as many as you want at a time at a sitting, or as few. So I loved that setup, the way that you present your courses, Lydia. So, and you also have this add-on that people can add on at checkout.
I do. I have a wonderful add-on, which is the Beauty Boost Elite Stressless Transformation Group Session. And this is a add-on, a bonus add-on, where I will teach you how to decode, okay, which stressors are impacting you the most in your life in real time, and teach you how to remove them in real time. Why is this so important? Because when we get to the root cause of anything, including emotions, see, stress is only a word, but stress is really thoughts and emotions, right? Stress is just a word, but there's really what stands behind that word is emotions and thoughts. And when I help you to pinpoint for you specifically through the exercises and techniques I will be walking you through that in that session, you'll be able to visually see what is hindering you, what is causing, which thought, which emotion is causing that pain in your body, which thought, which emotion is causing that issue in your physical body, which pain or emotion is causing you to be stuck for so long in this area, okay? And it helps you to decode emotional and physical pain patterns and to release them, okay? So I think this goes so beautifully hand in hand, because I see a lot of the questions saying, well, will this help with emotional balance? Will this help with emotional balance? Yes, this group healing session, this add-on will help with all and every emotional balance.
Awesome. And that is May 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern. So you can add that on. So there you go. That is the program. I'm just going to show you guys the checkout page here so you can see how it all works. You can check out with this. Right now it's introductory price. Regular price is $397. Program is $197 right now. And then you can add on this extra Beauty Boost Elite group session that Lydia just described to that program. So there you have it. And I just want to say, if you haven't been through a program of Lydia's, they are absolutely amazing. Not only in the classroom that you learn, the course that you learn, as well as the group calls. They are jam-packed full of information. So,
And one more thing I'd like to add is the calls. If you're unable to join any of those calls because of time difference or time constraints, or in another country, or for whatever reason, please be mindful, they are recorded and I send them out to anybody, to all that have joined. So you will have access to the recording after each live call so that you can then be part of that and not miss out.
very good. Thank you. Heather says, I thought Dr. Atlas was around 30 from her natural photo.
Well, bless you. I hope so. Wonderful. You just made my day.
So someone's asking, can the hand with red laser be used on pain? So
yes, absolutely. 100%. 100% we use our hands as laser for pain.
perfect. Julia's asking, will the course sort out female hormonal imbalance?
Yes.
Very good. Anita said, can scars and stretch marks be removed completely?
Well, there's no such thing as complete removal of scars and stretch marks, but there is reversal of them to the point where you would have to look really close to even see if it's there. Yes. Scar tissue can be undone because, with scar tissue, we have basically constricted fascia adhesions underneath. And with the application of the specific oil that I revealed to you, the secret oil that I revealed to you in this program, by applying it, I have seen people who within months had removed serious scars from injuries, from accidents, from surgeries. And I actually saw one woman who had, unfortunately, she had tissue from this area removed due to cancer. There was a scar. And by the application of this oil that I teach in this program, within months, not only did that scar reverse, it became skin colored and it shrunk. That the incision itself did not look like it did initially, so it shrank, the coloring changed, and it kind of just, folded in, and it looks like it, you have to look close to see now that incision lining.
Wow, very cool. How about varicose veins?
So varicose veins is a circulatory issue, right? So definitely by activating that specific gland in your body, you're then helping your lymph system, which is your secondary circulatory system in your body. And yes, it also, by the application of this oil, that then penetrates deep into your skin, and it removes stagnation, it removes clotting, it removes adhesions, it removes anything and anything that should not be under there. But each person, at the rate that each person sees the results is specific to you and your condition. Okay, so no two people will see the same result in the same amount of time.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I want to point out, and then I'll get to more of your questions, but you have to do the work.
Yes.
Like
this
sit back and listen to MP3 kind of program. This is Lydia teaching you how to do it, and you have to do it.
Exactly. See, the whole thing about being a pro-ager and pro-aging, you have to be proactive. This cannot be done for you, But what I'm teaching you is so easy that how could you not invest in yourself and do this for yourself in under 5 minutes a day? It takes you longer to go to a Starbucks and order a coffee and sit in line and wait for your order than it does to do this for yourself. And you're going to look incredible within 30 days. People are going to be shocked. They'll be like, where'd you go? What did you do? What did you take? Who did you see? Tell me, who did you see?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
shaking you. I have people continuously that I see, like, after this call, I'm literally heading to the airport. I have to fly to Washington, D.C. on work, literally for 4 days. And people that, you know, saw me 6 months ago, you know, when they saw me get off the flight, first they're like, what have you done? What are you doing? You know?
that's so cool. Very, very cool. All right. How
Male hormone imbalance, same thing. There's no difference. There's
good.
no difference.
How about activating hair follicles after
Yes,
thinning from
yes, 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 yes. The oil that I reveal does the same thing. It goes deep into to activate and make sure that the follicles regenerate.
Very good. Rosemary's asking, will we learn how to use our hands like lasers in the
Yes,
basic course? Is that the basic?
yes, yes.
Perfect. Elizabeth says, can we tighten saggy necks with your program?
Yep. Look,
Yes.
look,
Yep, for real.
I'm living proof. I'm living proof. I have no work done. I have no foundation on, nothing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Okay, very
But I
good.
do have the oil on my face that I share with you in the program that I use daily.
Very
That I
cool.
do have. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Allison, I see that your microphone's there now. Can you unmute yourself now, Allison? While we're waiting for that. How many sessions are in the recorded course? D, I'm sorry, I saw that you wrote that.
There's 4 modules, and every module has under 10 lessons, 8 to 10 lessons, but those lessons are not, you know, long.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 modules with about 8, let's just say on average about 8 lessons, but those lessons are really laser specific, laser focused. I've done all the hard work. I've basically taken a topic that has this much information and I have condensed it for you, simplified it for you, and made it so that you can run from day one with it.
Very good. And so the first group call is on the 20th, is that right? Or
yes, let me just double check the calendar. It is, there are the 2 group calls there on Saturdays. It is scheduled for, checking my calendar right now to make sure that it was, so the first group call is, yes, Timeless Radiance Session 1 is scheduled for 11 o'clock on the 20th of April.
and so is it feasible for people to have gone through the whole program before that first group call? Is that something you want them to do, or?
Sure.
But it's possible.
I've had people who have done only one module 1, and have come to the call. I have people who have done 3 modules come to the call. I have people who have done everything come to the call. And each person is at a different level, and it depends how much time you put into it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because we all absorb information and knowledge at our own speed. But the name of the game is to come to the call and be ready to participate and ask a question. You know, I'm there to help you. I am there to serve you. So the whole point of the calls is not whether you've gone through all the modules or you've done all the work. Is for me to help facilitate you in your transformation.
Very good. Can this help with rosacea?
Yes.
Very good. So you have no you're like, just looking at you are your best,
I have no
foundation?
No, I don't wear foundation. I wear oils, I don't wear foundation. No, I have no foundation. See?
It's
No
funny,
foundation.
no makeup. Now I think I might just buy the program instead.
No, none, no foundation. You can tell right away. Look, there's no foundation, nothing. No, I
Wow.
don't wear foundation. I don't even have concealer. There's no concealer under my eyes, nothing. See,
And so you
nothing.
got your color, so colors all worked itself out, like all of those, because I got all these red
Yeah, no, my blotchiness, any type of, I used to have adult acne here. I used to have psoriasis on the back of my neck. I
Wow.
used to have blotchy skin after having my children, like hyperpigmentation. I had all sorts of stuff. I used to have black bags, puffy bags under my eyes because of not having slept for 8 years because I
Wow.
had children. Okay. And I don't anymore, you see. So
Yeah.
I'm living proof of this. I'm basically a walking advertisement for this program, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no kidding.
So no, and no makeup, no nothing. Yes, I do have mascara, but that's just so that, visually, you can see me better, but that in and of itself, nothing,
Yeah,
look, nothing. And I have, and on my lips, I have, what is it? Vitamin E oil.
nice. Very
And
nice.
these are my real teeth. These are not veneers or anything. These are my actual teeth. If anybody's wondering, no, these are not veneers or any plastic teeth or anything like that.
Wow. How about sunspots? Will it help with sunspots?
Yes, yes. Except
I don't.
sunspots take a little bit longer to undo, because that is also an issue with not only the sun, but it has to do with liver stagnation. So by reboosting and doing the exercises also, we're going to clear out that stagnation. And especially, it's very interesting, there's a specific emotion attached to sunspots, and it is located in the liver, and that I will focus on in the VIP boost, in the VIP add-on program.
And one thing, guys, too, you can join the basic program, right? And go through that program, go through the groups, and then upgrade. You can email us for the link to add on the session, for the VIP after, because it's in May, right? So you can
So
certainly.
that one is in May, yeah. But I do recommend, the reason why I do recommend the VIP, because what happens is you go through the program and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, this, and this happened, but I still want to ask her and address this, and this. What
Yeah.
do I do next? And this is why I created that Elite Boost group session, because I have found it through all my years of working, and I found that group sessions are so healing, because there's a group of us, and we, through our collective and are uniting for the same cause of wanting to transform in health and wellness and beauty, right?
Yeah.
The synergy is created. And we learn from other people's questions. We learn from other people's wins. We learn from other people's victories. We become motivated. We transform and we celebrate one another. And that in and of itself builds you and gives you beauty and vitality and youthfulness,
Yeah. And the other thing is because I was going to ask you about stress, because you said the
Yes.
number one
Yeah.
thing, stress, and that's what that session is really
Yeah.
focused on, is stress.
Right.
Because
like I said, after this whole post-pandemic issue, the top three things that people have come to me with, as we know, is stubborn weight, hormonal imbalances, depression, anxiety, and rapid aging. Rapid aging. We've all hit this, it's almost like this vortex where everybody is aging at warp speed because the stressors are off the charts. Like I said, stressors. And I teach you in my program how to deactivate in under 30 seconds.
wow.
In under 30 seconds. You don't need to take any pill. You don't need to take any medicine. You don't need to go see anybody. All you do is you do the technique that I am teaching you, and within 30 seconds, you can go from a complete stressful situation, which is at 100, to stress less than 30 seconds. I teach you how to decompress, and your body will immediately shift. And when your body shifts, pro-aging sets in. You see, it's all connected. It's all connected. If you're stressed out, you're going to look old. When you're de-stressed, you look young. You see.
Amazing. Very cool. All right, so Allison, I still can't get your mic to work, so I'm gonna go to Julia, who's next. So you should be able to unmute yourself, Julia. Moonstar's asking, does this help with back pain?
Yes, because there's some stuck energy there. Any type of pain or inflammation in the body means something is off. Something is off energetically, okay? Our body is only a manifestation of some energetic imbalance in the body, okay?
Well, there's something obviously off energetically with getting Julia and Allison on the live call because their mics are not working. So I'm not sure. If you guys could type in, I can ask your question that way. Yeah. Is the oil readily available?
100% yes. And it is not a proprietary blend. It's readily available, and I made it, and you know, it took me years to fully investigate it, use it, utilize it, and practice both professionally and privately. And I tell you which one specifically, and you can actually get it within 24 hours.
Awesome. Someone's asking, are they unscented? They have sensitive skin?
No, they have no sense.
Good.
None.
Very
No,
good.
because scents can cause headaches, migraines, allergies, rhinitis, sinusitis, eczema, dermatitis, the list goes on. So no.
Very good. Anita's asking, can you please show any techniques now?
Well, you have to go through the program because there is a method to this. If I start showing you techniques, it has no basis for it. You need to understand the basics to understand the principles. And I need you to go through the basics before I can show you the principles. And we don't have time today because that would take half of the day.
Okay, awesome. Barbara's saying, my mic is not working, but I am reading at hide button caption. So I'm not missing anything. Oh, so that means you're getting everything. Okay, good. Allison. There we go, Allison. We can see your question. My answer with thinning hair has been answered. Thank you so much. All right, perfect. Awesome. All right. Well, I think that we got to everybody. You guys asked great questions. Lydia, it's such a fabulous topic, and all we had to do was really sit here and look at you for an hour, and
Oh,
definitely sold. I'm
thank you.
joining, and I came in here thinking, I don't think I need this, but I definitely do need this, and am going to jump in. So
I
can't.
do recommend it because I was astounded when I had first, you know, like I said, I'm always my first guinea pig for anything before I create anything and share it with others. And I've been using this now for years, specifically, but, you know, and studying about it, but it really, really does work. It really does. And you'll be shocked within the first 30 days. You'll be like, whoa. And
Yeah.
people ask you, did you get Botox? Did you get fillers? What are you wearing? New makeup? What are you on? You know? And it's not. No, it's literally pro-aging from within. And I teach you everything. I've basically opened up my secret toolbox to you all. And, you know, to be quite honest with you, programs of this nature are only reserved in the high-end category and cost, you know, an arm and a leg. So what I've, you know, what I'm sharing with all of you now is a steal for the information that I'm revealing, to be honest with you.
So cool. And honestly, right before this call, I have makeup. I was going to try a new makeup line in my box that I was going to just purchase to help with my sunspots and my rosacea and just all of those things. And it's the same price as the course.
So I say, well, the difference is you're going to go through that, and you'll be like, I have to buy more because it's not doing anything.
Right.
You see, this starts to do something, and the cost of the products is less than 2 Starbucks runs for coffee.
Wow.
So, you know, but the techniques I'm teaching you, they are priceless. They are priceless. Okay.
Very
And
cool.
it does work. It does work. And like I say, you know, I'm the first to tell you, I don't have, to be honest with you, with my work schedule and everything I'm doing, I don't have time to be putzing around with concealer and makeup and it gets all over your clothing. It looks horrible. And then people see you without it and you don't look the same. Why? We can
Yeah.
show our true face and let our skin work for us. Let our inner glow work for us. Let your natural beauty work for you. Not only that, but then you also get a natural photoshopped face. You will be shocked. Your face will look photoshopped. And
Yeah.
I am living proof of that. So,
Very cool.
okay. So that's why I wanted to come on here to show you all in live, okay, that you can have the fountain of youth at your fingertips. You
Yeah.
can have nature's facelift at your fingertips, which I'm showing you. You can have all the tools needed to look up to 10 years younger in 30 days, and you will with my program, Timeless Radiance.
Awesome. Julia wrote in her question. She's saying, can it sort out hyperpigmentation?
Yes.
Awesome. And Elizabeth's asking, how did you learn the techniques?
So how did I learn the techniques? Well, I created most of them. I created most of them through 28 years of experience, study, worldwide travel, writing, teaching, coaching, working with people. And so this has been it's going to be almost 3 decades now of work. That's how I've created these techniques. Yeah.
Very cool. Dry skin. Good one, Mel. I got dry
Yes,
skin.
absolutely. 100%. I had dry skin like a crocodile after the birth of my first son, unfortunately. It was so dry that I could lather creams and creams and creams and creams. It just started looking worse and worse. I literally looked like a paper mache doll. It was all crinkly and wrinkly and awful until I realized me slathering and slapping stuff on that did nothing, right? I had to change from the inside out, rebalance my hormones, and then apply something that really, really nourished my skin. And what I teach you in my course is basically skin food. Food for your skin. Your skin needs food externally, right?
Very good. Julia said, any certification after this course to use to help others?
I'm thinking about that. I'm actually thinking about that. I'm really thinking of offering that possibility. And if people are interested, send me an email to Dr. Atlas at almaholistichealth.com and I will put you on the list.
Very good.
Because that is something I am thinking, really considering, yes, to teach people to get their certification in this, yes.
What do you say about castor oil?
It's fabulous. So I'll leave it at that. It's fabulous.
Yeah, very cool.
In a nutshell, there's nothing that I don't like about it. It is fabulous.
Very good. Elizabeth said she didn't get a saggy skin until until 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, you know, our skin being the biggest organ, for each person, it will respond differently. So some women will already start to notice the difference after having the birth of their children or during pregnancy, right? Some will start to notice the difference already in puberty, that all of a sudden their skin becomes really distorted, right, or disbalanced, right? And then most women experience it perimenopause, during menopause, and postmenopause, you see. So it just depends in what quadrant and phase you're in life, but a lot has to do with the imbalance on an energetic level and what is going on in the mind too, at these different phases in life. Okay.
Totally. Can skin tags go away? And then she says,
skin tags, as we know, that's skin tags they can dry up. They can dry up because skin tags are a virus.
oh, interesting.
So they can dry up. And I have seen people who have utilized this and had actually skin tags on their necks and on their, like they had skin tags here and below their eyes and here where you can't get them surgically removed because they're too close to the eyelid, right? And they have dried up. Yes. Yes.
Very good. Awesome questions, guys. Thanks. This is great. All right. I think I addressed everybody. Oh, argan oil. Do you like argan oil?
Argan oil is okay.
Awesome.
It's okay because it's very specific. It's not my top favorite, to be honest. It's okay.
Very good. All right. Well, the 11 lines go away.
Yes, because I had them. I had them severely, and they did.
Got them. Look at them all.
Yeah, I had them severely. Yes.
Huh.
But you need to be consistent, and it's daily application. This isn't something you do once a month. This isn't something you do once every 6 weeks. This is something you do daily. Just like you brush your teeth, you drink water, you take a shower, you're mindful, you're grateful, you do your daily exercise, whatever you're doing, this is part of your daily routine then. Timeless Radiance is about a daily routine, but it takes less than 5 minutes. You know?
Love that.
Yeah. I mean, women spend hours on their hair, you know,
Right.
just blow drying it out this way, that way, the third and the fourth. And you don't want to spend 5 minutes on your face and your body? How? And yet this is what we're all stressed out about the most, right?
Right.
Yeah, and also this will also help with your hair growth, hair thinning, hair loss, hair recession, breakage of hair, also with dermatitis, seborrhea in the hair scalp, dandruff, itchy skin, the list goes on and on. Oily skin, dry skin, the works, it's all covered.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very good. All right, everybody. I think I got to all the questions. They've been fabulous. Let's show Lydia some love and give her some thanks for this fabulous call today. Great information, fun call, light call. Absolutely appreciate that. Look at all those hearts coming through.
Thank you so much, everyone. It was such a pleasure to be with you on this call. I had so much fun. I'm going to have to come back, Gretchen.
Absolutely, you are. Absolutely, you are. Thank you. Thank you. This has been fabulous. I am signing up. Glenn got the offer. Pro Aging starts now. Glenn, I'm right there with you. As soon as I hang up, I'm jumping into. I can't wait to learn all these tips. So Elizabeth says, you've given me hope. Thank you. That's awesome. Lots of hearts. Oh, you guys are giving me chills. Lots of hearts, lots of thanks. So thank you.
Yes, so I do encourage all of you to, sign up, invest in yourself, invest in your beauty. Any clinic you go to, Botox, any cream will cost more than this course. And this course will teach you for a lifetime. That cream, that Botox will have to be replenished over and over and over and over again. Okay, so do take advantage of this. There's a reason you came onto this call today. There's a reason. And I want to inspire and teach as many women and men as possible about pro-aging. We have to be the beacon of hope for others. We have to show them through our example how to be pro-agers and how vitality, youthfulness, glowing face, right? Stress less living and a positive mindset is the future. That is the way to go. So I invite each and every one of you, come join the program, have fun with me on the live sessions, and sign up for the VIP because you will be shocked. I had one person say this is worth more than 30 years of counseling.
Wow.
I had one just for the one group coaching session of the VIP said this was worth what I got unstuck and undone and clarified on was worth more than 30 years of getting counseling. Do you see?
Amazing.
So it's worth it. It's worth it. Give yourself some love today. Show yourself some beauty today and join me. Join me in Timeless Radiance.
Awesome. I love that. I see Elizabeth joined you too. So that's very, very cool. Good job, guys. What a great call, Lydia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do for us. It's great seeing you and having you here again today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on. I had a blast. I hope each and every one of you did as well. Here's to our future. Here's to our health. And here's to our beauty. See you at the live calls, guys.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Lydia. And thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Bye, Lydia.
Bye-bye, Gretchen.